We have a guest who will be discussing this with us. For more on this, I'm now joined by Habib Aruna. Habib is a publisher and the Chief Press Secretary to the immediate past Governor of Lagos State. Habib, thank you so much for joining us and good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
All right. How exactly does the assembly drama come to you? What is your take in all of this?
Well, it's been going on for quite some days now, and some of us were thinking that good reason were prevailed. By now, it appears the principal characters in the drama are not sharing their swords. Obasa is not giving up. The lawmakers are insisting that Meranda will remain the speaker, and the father of the state, the president of the state, President Tinubu, from what we are hearing, is also insisting that the speakership position should go to Lagos West. So that is what is going on. What happened yesterday, as later gathered, was that it was indeed the House of Assembly acting clerk, that wrote a letter to the security agencies in the state to inform them of the impending problems that might happen if the former speaker comes back. So that was why they came to the answer today. And unfortunately, the DSS did not manage it well, and it led to some fracas between them, the staff, and the lawmakers. But the way I'm saying it, I am thinking that the leader of the state, not the governor is not the leader of the state, interestingly, that is President Tinubu will intervene adequately. So I think it will be resolved. Because I'm also hearing that the leader is insisting that the speaker resigns, which she did yesterday. He did resign. But the lawmakers, all of them, they move a bit of confidence to support her. She should not go. That was why she cried openly yesterday. But either way, I think the state and the APC, they have a way of resolving the internal crisis. I'm waiting for them to do that.
I mean, it's no news that a lot of times people expect people in leadership to be extremely strong, and she has received backlash for letting the tears roll out, in public. But that's conversation for another day. Now, would you agree with the line of thought that suggests that the presidency is actually pulling its weight behind Obasa's sit?
Not really. Being a person that is fully on ground on what is going on in the state. Not really. What the presidency is doing, implicitly, for that matter, is they want the zoning arrangement to remain in the state. The governor is from Lagos Central. The deputy governor is from another part of the state, and the speaker is from Lagos West. That was what the presidency or the president Island is interested in, that the zonal arrangement should remain. But what the APC leaders, the GAC leaders, and the lawmakers are saying that, yes, we agree with you, sir, that the arrangement should remain, but allow this lady to finish her tenure, 22 years. That's what we are saying. Because you don't remember that the president directed the GAC to go and look for someone to replace Meranda. And Meranda should resign. The GAC met, remember, 2 weeks ago, they met and they called on the leaders of Lagos West to look for someone to replace Meranda. Lagos West leaders came up and said, no, nobody, we don't see anybody. We have started to support Meranda to continue as speaker. That was the position, that was the position, that they want that woman to continue. But it appears the presidency is not too comfortable decision of the GAC. And You see, let me tell you something. The position of Obasa in this matter, in this saga, is consequential. Let me tell you that. Obasa has gone to court. Yes, let's call the court decides. It's consequential. But people, some of the people in Abuja are not comfortable with the way he was removed and done. But they are insisting that someone from the Lagos West should be elected as the speaker. That's the put of condition now. And lawmakers are saying that if you want somebody from Lagos West, you must be involved in picking that person. And the governor too is not comfortable that anybody you are picking from Lagos West must be amenable to the government house. In other words, should not be a spoiler. Should be able to work with us symbiotically. That's what we are seeing playing out. But either way, I think between now and weekend, there will be a way out to be resolved.
Okay, I would also like to ask, where do you think that this is headed, especially as it appears to be that one of the camps is probably enjoying the federal might, although you have said that you don't think so. But where do you think all of this will end up at?
Well, I think eventually, even the character and nature of Lagos politics are given the overwhelming control of the president. Even before he became president, was very consequential, was very powerful, was very decisive in politics of the state. And now that he's president, he has both a yam and a knife. So I see him having his way in installing a person from the Lagos West, to replace Meranda as the speaker. I don't see Obasa coming back. Not possible. That will not happen. They will not allow it. But eventually and ultimately, it's not impossible for someone from the Lagos West to come out and replace Meranda. That is the way to play out ultimately.
So, what do you generally see the Assembly saga as a test on the resilience of the decades-old political structure in the state?
Pardon, what do you say?
So would you see all of this as a test on the resilience of the decade-old political structure in Lagos State?
That is the reality, my sister. That is the reality. In some states in Nigeria, the governors are not uninterested in who becomes the head of the legislature. Because the legislature is a very powerful body in the state. They can remove the governor. The governor is fun wanting. So there's no governor that will not be interested in who becomes the speaker in the state. It is only Lagos. It is only Lagos, peculiarly and curiously, that the governor does not have a say in who becomes the speaker. It is the Baba, the leader of Lagos, the president, that controls who becomes the speaker. That is why you see Sanwo-Olu playing very safe in all these scenarios, in all this saga. If you make any move that is not comfortable with them in Abuja, you'll be in trouble. Ivan Line is in trouble presently with the power that be in Abuja. So Sanwo-Olu will play safe, But the interesting thing and the irony is that the governor of the state does not have a say in the Speaker of Lagos State, because that is where the power lies. That is where they've been controlling the governors of this state for long. So the president that controls the leadership of the House of Assembly is obviously, as we all know, President Tinubu. He's been doing that since he left office in 2027. So that's the power. That's where the power lies. He controls the state through the House of Assembly, and that's why I said that's the nature and character of Lagos politics. The governor does not have the state, and if you look at the power structure of the state, the power structure of the state presupposes that eventually the president will be interested in becoming the speaker. Because the speaker of the House of Assembly in Lagos State is answerable to President Tinubu.
Okay, yes. Mr.
Eventually, that is it.
Mr. Habib Aruna, publisher, chief press secretary to the immediate past governor of the state, thank you so much for joining us to discuss this.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.